Hey, it's Russ Payton with Roleplaying Public Radio. We are here playing the Zone RPG, I believe. A surreal play-to-lose horror RPG. So, like a gacha game. Instead of losing your money,
you lose your life.
You got pay, or our characters' lives, hopefully, not ours.
We're not playing the Iron version.
There's no GM for this game, but Caleb actually owns a copy, so he read the rules.
So he's
kinda.
So he's in charge.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so this is the Zone, Rafe D'Amico, I believe. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
So this is the briefing.
Yes, so the game has a read-along tutorial that everyone takes parts doing things in. Okay, so I will go ahead and get started on that. So, pitch! The Zone is a game where we tell a story of a surreal journey into a place that will manifest our deepest phobias and obsessions, mutate us, and allow just one of us to reach its center to, hopefully, fulfill our greatest wish. For the next few hours, our only goal will be to collaboratively push our characters to their limits and beyond, and to discover what wonders and horrors the Zone has in store for us. Let's begin! Cheerily beginning.
Exterior night.
Just to pass the book around.
Okay.
And this is inspired by the classic Russian film, The Zone. Zona.
Stalker,
Annihilation,
Southern Reach trilogy.
Roadside Picnic.
Roadside Picnic. Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Welcome, volunteers! I know you're all been wondering what the Zone really is, and if the rumors are true. As the 14th expedition, you deserve to know what we know. It's not much. It all started with the anomalies. Locals calling in to talk radio or visiting their doctors with stories of unseasonal weather, impossible objects, half sightings of unknown creatures, and claimed conversations with long-dead loved ones. People disappeared. Medical notes describe bodies that started changing. We initiated special containment procedures, performed tests on those who refused to evacuate. Then, as if reacting to our attention, the boundary appeared and isolated everything and everyone within an area of several square miles. We still don't know if there are survivors inside or if they're still human. Since that moment, not a single expedition has returned. All lose contact minutes after leaving visual range, so we're going on fragments, rumors, dreams, and the occasional anomalies that seep beyond the boundary. We don't know what the Zone wants or if it wants. It seems to be a mirror that manifests whatever phobias and obsessions you bring inside. We all know why you're here. The rumors that the Zone can grant your deepest wish if it deems you worthy. Perhaps it will. Sensors reading point to something incredibly powerful at its center. We think the only way out of the Zone is to make it all the way to its heart. Maybe there you'll find what you're looking for. You are the 14th expedition. You almost certainly will not return. Good hunting, but prepare to die. The Federal Bureau of Coherence, without admitting liability, thanks you for accepting this mission. End of briefing.
Snuck a little Dark Souls in there at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of game is this? The Zone is a game of collaborative storytelling. What does that mean exactly? We pass around to read one of these columns. So, first column, we're telling a movie together. The game is a series of scenes which we can choose to play in as much or as little detail as we want, quickly describing or fully acting out what our characters are doing. Scenes can be just a couple of minutes, but usually last 5 minutes or so. The game will last about as long as a movie.
We'll take turns being the director. There is no GM. We take turns as director, setting up and ending scenes, and all share a few key moves that anyone can trigger at any time to help the story along. No one will be on the spot for long. We're each in ironclad charge of our characters and own the scene when we're director. We share responsibility for everything else.
I refuse to read. Send me to the office.
Mother of God.
We will win by playing to lose. We are not competing with each other. That's why our fates are secretly decided at the start, so we can focus on creating not-so-easy situations which characters will always take the bait on and suffer the consequences. You know these moments have you yelling, "Don't go in there," or "Don't touch that" at your favorite horror film. That's this entire game. So, out of character, this game will kill you with a single card on the board, and it is meant specifically for you. So don't worry about failing a roll or making a bad choice. You can't die until you're supposed to die. Level set, read aloud. This is a horror game, so it's most fun when we take our characters way out of their comfort zones. To do that, we must take care of us and the humans playing them. That's why we'll use these 4 tools. The X card. If something comes up in the story that you'd rather it didn't, point to this card and we'll rewind and find another way. No questions asked. We can even X card ourselves. 2, atmospheric silence. Some of us may need time to ponder where to take the story next. Helping may feel so irresistible, but we won't give in. Sometimes folks need a little time to think, and the creepiest horrors need a little time to gestate. So if it's your turn to make something up, we all sit here silently, stare at you in the dark until you do. 3, yes and. Built on each other's ideas, and don't hesitate to ask for suggestions. You each have ironclad ownership over your character in the scene when you are director, so there is no pressure. The players are more important than the game. If you ever have to make a choice between the game and the real humans playing, always put the real humans first. Let's be excellent to each other. Exercise, we can do the movie rating. Mutation and death are crucial parts of the zone, but the way they are told can range from a blood-soaked B-movie to an ethereal, magical realist spiriting away. If the story we tell was a movie, what rating would it have? Close your eyes and use your thumbs up or thumbs down to indicate where on the spectrum. PG, thumbs down, to NC-17, thumbs up, you'd like the story to go. We'll use the lowest rating I see. So what movie rating would you like to make?
I guess R. We're all adults here. That's the kind of horror films we watch.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or maybe pre-code 19 and PG.
All right, I'm going to point to each part. This should be scintillating for you podcast listeners. This is the observation facility. We're going to start the game here with a quick practice scene right after we create our characters and learn the moves you can do in play. This is all Act 1. The boundary and the 2 locations after that should take 1 to 2 hours, it says. After the practice scene, we head to the boundary and cross into the zone. We start encountering and creating weird beauty and horror. Characters start mutating, but no one can die yet. Act 1 ends at the campfire. A respite for the characters and a good time for players to take a short break. Act 2 is when the lethality begins. Should take about 1 hour. After the campfire, we'll enter the most dangerous part of the zone, where characters start meeting their fate until there is only one survivor. And in the center, in the end game, the game ends when the final character arrives at the center and asks the zone to grant their ultimate wish. Do they get it? That's up to those who didn't make it out alive to decide. And now we create characters. All right, each one of your characters has, in their own way, come to believe that the center of the zone is the only way for them to achieve their obsession. Each also has a terrible phobia they're running from, which the zone is guaranteed to manifest. Your character will be made up of an archetype card, 2 motivation cards for their obsession and phobia, and a call sign card. On the back of each archetype card is an official role, a backstory, and how that character tends to approach every situation. Use these elements to guide choices and perspective on the world. Obsession is what propels your character. It's the top part of the card. They've tried every other path to this obsession and failed, leaving the zone as the last resort. It is their ultimate why and likely to drive the wish they make at the center. Phobia is the flip side. Your character's deepest fear. When the zone manifests this, and it will, you must immediately react to it, fight, flight, or freeze. You cannot ignore it. The call sign is how your character will be matched up with their fate card. It is the way they're going to die. Feel free to come up with your own call sign, but make sure it uses the same letter. The card also includes a reminder of the moves, which we'll cover shortly. So this is like a player aid. That's it. The rest of your character is going to emerge in play. All right. So everyone gets 3 archetype cards.
These are very pretty cards.
Yeah, excellent materials.
Definitely pretty game. Each player can present those archetypes by reading the back of the cards aloud. All right. I have the actor, the athlete, and the adventurer. The adventurer... You set foot on every continent and explored places humans. Do you want to read every single card aloud? I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
Just the one we
Yes.
Are
So
we picking one?
you are welcome to trade amongst themselves or ask for other types that resonate. I will just read by titles. So I have the adventurer, survive the zone, the athlete, muscle and brawn, and the actor, have a real experience. What are your cards?
The scientist, understand and explain the zone. The soldier, keep everyone safe. The writer, tell the story of the zone.
So I have the entrepreneur, which is to profit from the zone. The chaplain, protect everyone's humanity, and the bureaucrat to contain the zone at all costs.
I have the surgeon, keep everyone alive. The political officer, sanitize the team. Or the criminal, do the dirty work.
Interesting.
What do you want?
Surgeon.
I want political officer. That sounds fun. Fuck mine. Unless anybody else wants it.
I mean, writer is an obvious thing for me, but actor, I think, would be
Okay.
interesting. Yeah. Have a real experience. Did you want to...
Nah, I think I'm going to select the chaplain myself.
All right. No practical skills except one. Good. They sent the 14 expedition for success.
Hey, it's okay, I'm a doctor.
Once everyone has picked their archetype, hand each player 5 random motivation cards. Ask them to choose 1 phobia and 1 obsession. 5.
Oh, I get all that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure Ross is editing out all these awkward silences of card shuffling.
This is kind of dovetailing nicely into my assumed wish, actually. This is pretty good so far.
2 and one of each.
Yeah, so 1 will be
Yeah.
up with your obsession, and then the other one will be face up with your...
That one's kind of perfect.
Give me your other cards back.
I like one. It's bad I can't use the same card for both. I kind of like both of them on this. But
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm just going in alphabetical order for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, right.
here are my leftovers.
All right. Your character sheet should look like this. Get a little character portrait or your back, your obsession, and your phobia up top, and you cover the parts you aren't using with your call sign card. Yeah. And that also has your moves you can do in the game.
Actually, you know what? I really like the default it has on this.
Yeah. I'll read my full thing. For political officer, you are the political officer with legal and extra legal powers, a secret overseer of the FBC reporting directly to the top of the chain. Your cover as a technical representative from the Ministry of Ferrous Metallurgy is a little thin, but it's enough. You've been ordered to murder everyone on the way out. My obsession is cleanliness, and my phobia is the wrong plan.
Oh, okay. The actor have a real experience. I'm a Hollywood A-lister. I sparkle in the bright lights, bask in the acclaim and awards. You long ago stopped minding the objectification by fans, colleagues, and partners alike. But surely there must be something more than the flimsy roles and relationships that identify that identity has been getting you. Something real. And my obsession is new terrain. Old ground is boring. You've been there and done that. And my phobia is fractals. They're everywhere you look. Why must they be everywhere you look?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What if your character's hallucinating all those fans because of the fractals?
Yeah, well, yeah, and my call sign is Babel.
Are you Uzumaki? God, good.
Yeah.
Just tell me if you're Uzumaki.
All right, as I said, selected the chaplain. Core archetype. You were an army chaplain, strong in your faith, even amidst the grim horrors of war. On your return, you dutifully built a cozy and devoted congregation, even as your own faith started to unravel. When you were drafted by powerful organizations who believe the zone is divine, you could not say no. And I notice more dilemmas, highlight the limits of science, and check in on people's souls.
The surgeon. You are the one they call in for the strange cases, the anomalies, the operations others simply refuse to do. Your work has pushed the boundaries of our human anatomy. Some would say you've gone too far, but you don't care. You love getting your hands dirty. My phobia is absence of procedure. You know, like what can you reference when there's no precedent?
I'm sure going into the warp is going to help that.
And my obsession is the sun, the warm glow of the life giver.
Huh. Interesting.
So, you know, it's like as long as there's sun, I can keep you alive.
All right, there's an expedition backstory optional exercise. Do you want to do that or skip ahead?
Sure.
All right. Let's find out what brought the 14th expedition together. This is an optional exercise to run through if you want to spend more time developing your characters. Each player picks one of these questions to ask the group. Any player might answer that question, even multiple players, if they feel inspired by it. Roll me a d10, Ross.
7.
Is the zone known to the public or still secret?
It's definitely known. It was leaked online, and people have access to drones, and so they can,
At least until they get over the zone.
yeah.
And then
So
they don't have access.
yeah, even those fiber optic cables aren't enough.
Yeah. Cool. That makes sense.
Mhm.
There you go. There's 12 of them.
Okay.
You can pick or roll.
Let's see here. What did you have to sacrifice to get on this expedition? I had to sacrifice my career. I'm giving up multiple major roles for blockbuster movies, and I don't, rumors are that I've gone insane, and I've totally lost it. And I've been, even if I come back by some miracle, no one will want to work with insurance. I'll be uninsurable,
I mean, we're the 14th of like a no survivor expedition, so I imagine we're all giving up
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It's a legal death, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like it's my career death, and it's putting the
Yeah.
black mark on my career.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people are like speculating that I'm suicidal, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Roll me that d10.
All right. 2.
2. Let's see here. All right, Tom, perk your ears up. How did you find out that you were picked?
I did not. I got an anonymous letter from in my surgical office,
Okay.
and I had to. That's amazing.
I found out I had to go when he went because I'm supposed to watch him. It's a political descendant.
My agent gave me the letter as he then spat in my face because I was destroying his own career too.
That's a good editor.
Yeah.
You want an editor who's willing to
Or not
spend
editor,
face.
agent. Yeah, agent. Yeah.
Let's see. How did the chaplain find out he was picked? He's an old army chaplain, and obviously he would have friends still in the service, and someone kind of reached out to me, understanding my deep legitimate spiritual beliefs, and how that's going to intersect with this phenomenon that no one can really understand or describe. So yeah, I think my character honestly believes that this is probably heaven on earth.
All right.
So is it a D10?
It's a D12, or you can just pick. It doesn't.
Okay.
You don't have to roll. I just picked it.
Do you actually think you're going to survive? Why or why not?
I do. I have this zone ain't shit as one of my motivations.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to live too. I can't. I've climbed Everest. I've done every drug known to man. I've been.
You're one of those crack hour types.
Yeah. I've been
Kingston.
living on the edge for as long as
Every book I publish has body bags. It's
Yeah.
just-
So yeah, I think I'm going to live.
Not only that, I think I'm going to live. I think I'm going to live forever, according to my session.
Ooh.
And I'm definitely going to live because I'm the one that's going to keep everyone else alive. Physically.
Positive group.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go make a difference, guys.
All right. Okay. The best way to learn is to jump right into the first scene at the zone observation facility. This is where everyone has gathered to prepare the expedition. I will be the first director and demonstrate the main concepts. First, we'll demonstrate setting up a scene. So we flip the first location card. Show everyone that there are 3 options on the card.
Mm-hmm.
I will pick an option and read it aloud. A hulking steel and concrete complex with many sub-levels of containment changers and accommodation for hundreds of classified personnel. Scene deck is right here. I'm going to pull the top card. Top card is the night before. Everyone shares rumors. What strange animals and plants have been spotted? What weird anomalous artifacts are people talking about? What's rumored about the previous expeditions? So I'll narrate a starting part for the scene, which is my job as the director. I'll say that we are all sequestered in a lower sublevel, because once you sign on, they don't want you talking to the press or being handed things or different stuff to drag in and make containment. and we're all having a pretty fantastic meal on the government's dime. For some reason, they go all out on these night before, so we're all eating our finest. Yeah,
And spirits are high, it seems.
obviously, we're all going to make through this, and everything's going to be fine. All right, so
Do we make up rumors to share, or what do we?
I will say, as I'm eating my Wrigley Field hot dog that I got flown in. So what do you guys think is going to happen out there tomorrow? Opening up the rumors. So we're going to practice the zones kind of storytelling where everyone contributes to each scene. Let's each share a rumor. No pressure to have it make sense. They're just rumors. You won't be bound to them when you enter the zone itself.
So I've heard that, I don't know if you heard of this theory called quantum entanglement, but I've heard that the center of the zone, the reason this is all happening is because there's some element in the center that's entangled on a quantum level with another world in another galaxy that's actually habitable. It's very close to our own world, but it's still alien enough that it's bleeding through. So it's like this stable portal to the only other life-bearing planet in the universe. And, how that got caused, how that happened, maybe it's the aliens on the other side, but like, that's the heart of it, is this life spring. And but if we can get to the center, you can step through and you'll be on another life-bearing world, a world you could survive on. You'll be the first person to set foot on another living planet and breathe and walk under an alien sun. That's what I've heard.
My character makes some facial gestures that you start talking about quantum entanglement, because one of his things is to highlight the limits of science. So when it comes to his turn to speak, he very much kind of jumps on what you said, and he is very ebullient about like his version of events, and he is of the opinion that things like quantum entanglement are just theories. That like for him it's like it's not something you can see or grasp. And you can't see or grasp. It's not within the divine kingdom of God, et cetera, et cetera. So so then he rolls into his own intangibles that are somehow more valid than yours, and he says that I closed my eyes when I heard a massive angelic chorus. I saw the zone in my head. I know perfectly what it looks like. I've never been here, but I just know what it looks like, and I know what it sounds like, and it can only be the voice of God.
Well, this is just a rumor I picked up from a colleague of mine who got a chance to look at something from apparently it was supposed to be from the zone. There was a series of mushrooms that were picked, and said that upon examination, these mushrooms had like blood vessels with red blood and pulsing organs on the inside of them. So like a mixture of fungi and animals, and apparently it produces a hallucinogen like thousands of times beyond anything normal shrooms do these days. Apparently it's a transcendent thing.
Thousands, you say?
I believe the correct term was magnitudes beyond.
Could a person survive that kind of dose?
I suppose if it's the zone wants you to, right? I mean, that's what it's supposed to be, isn't it?
Interesting.
Brings you closer to hearing the music of God.
Or hell.
Yeah.
I don't know, either one.
So it's a godly trial, or just a shroom trip, or we get to see aliens. I don't know. What do you think?
I imagine it's like any other scientific problem that we can just need time to solve.
What if that's the only thing that's out there? Like everything else is just a field of shrooms, and like the radio reports that we've heard are all just people hallucinating before they pass out and die from overdosing.
Well, then we'll learn the answer to the greatest philosophical question of all: why are we here? Shrooms.
Oh.
I've heard there's rich deposits of iron. They're useful for national defense.
Iron?
Yes, that's why the Ministry of Ferrous Metallurgy sent me.
But iron,
survey.
Not like uranium or heavy metal.
Who could say? The mineral deposits could be anything. The wealth is incalculable.
It could even be iron.
I did spend a month in a South African diamond mine to prepare for a role. It's pretty brutal down there, but I can't imagine it being worth that much to this containment facility alone's got to cost more than 10 years of mining iron. How much is iron worth these days?
Well, it depends on how much there is. That's what we're about to find out. I'm excited. So I'm going to end the scene there. All right. So let's cut here. That's what a scene looks like in the zone. So Ross is on my left.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to do the next scene when the time comes, which is not yet.
Okay.
You will be the new director.
Okay.
So
every actor wants to direct.
Let's review what we just did. In this scene, I was the director. This is the role that we'll all take turns embodying. When you are the director, your job is to set up the scenes. You pull the scene card and set it up. You support the collaborative storytelling. You break ties. You ask good questions. You keep things moving. And you determine when the scene ends. The scene card has to be resolved first. Setting up a scene. First, decide if you want to move to the next location or stay in the current one. You may only move if at least one not-so-easy card has been played or someone has resolved their fate card in that scene. The fate card is the thing that's going to kill you. The expedition always stays together, and it cannot backtrack. If you move to the campfire or the center, flip that card and follow the instructions. Don't draw a scene card. Otherwise, flip that location card, choose one of the three options, and read it aloud. Pull a scene card once you've chosen the location, and read the prompt aloud. Those are the scene cards. Pick another card if you don't feel inspired. Briefly frame the scene and begin narrating the story. If necessary, wrap up how you got here from the previous scene. If you're feeling stuck, ask the group for ideas or use the questions on the card. The director role can feel scary at first. Like you've just been put on the spot or are suddenly the GM. Are you now responsible for the story? You're not! The director is not a GM. In fact, the best directors are the ones who ask a lot of questions because it gives everyone a chance to be creative. If you're ever stuck, try to turn the question in your head into a question for everyone. To end a scene, in the scene whenever the scene card has been resolved. In the previous example, that was when enough rumors had been shared about the zone. It's best to end the scene too early rather than too late. Don't let it wander beyond the prompt on the card. Anyone can call out the end of a scene. They can say scene or cut, but the director decides. We'll use the scene deck to keep track of who the director is. This is why after ending the scene, you pass the scene deck to the player on your left. When we enter the zone, the first director will be Ross, who is now holding the scene deck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we talk about the key moves, which are also located on your call sign card. We're now going to introduce the last thing we need to know before we enter the zone, key moves. There are 4 of them. Take stock, something's not right, not so easy, and mutation. The goal of these moves is to help us push our characters so that they're in a bad shape by the time they reach their fate card. Each move can be played by anyone at any time and builds on the previous one to create a lethal spiral of collaborative self-destruction. Aim to trigger the whole cycle of moves in each location and ideally in each scene. So you can stay in a location and have a second scene if you so wish, but getting through the location is how we end the game. All right. Take stock is the move to play whenever the scene should benefit from more details or build-off. It's strongly recommended to do so whenever you arrive in a new location. To play this move, say, take stock. Anyone can do this at absolutely any time. You do not need to be the director. After you trigger the take stock, every player adds a sensory detail about that scene. Sight, sound, touch, smell, taste, or shares how their character is feeling right now. You can trigger the move and also add the first detail, but you don't have to. Once everyone's added their detail, return to collaborative storytelling. I'll read the left side.
Something's not right is the move to play whenever a scene feels like it's dragging or a bit stuck. This move is guaranteed to introduce a new and interesting threat or complication. To play this move, say something's not right and then describe what you think that might be. Just like take stock, anyone can do this at absolutely any time. You do not need to be the director. Any other player can now say, it's worse than that, and describe how it's worse. Whoever was speaking when something's not right was invoked must now incorporate this additional element into the storytelling. Let's see, and then there's...
That's just an example.
Yeah, so the next one.
All right, key move 3, read out loud. The not-so-easy card is how you determine if a character succeeds or fails at doing difficult things. In other games, this is when you might roll some dice. Play this move whenever someone describes a character doing something that should be difficult or impossible for that particular character, or just very risky in the context of the zone's dangers. When an action like this is being described, interrupt by saying, "That's not so easy." And anyone can say it. You can even call on it yourself. The person trying to do the thing restates what they wanted to happen and then draws a not-so-easy card. That player then weaves the outcome and its complications, usually a mutation, into the story, and play continues. This is underlined. The most important thing to remember is that in the zone, you automatically succeed at everything you do unless someone calls this move on you or you call it on yourself, the not-so-easy thing.
Cthulhu Dark.
Yeah.
So take lots of risks, it exhorts us. You should want to have not-so-easy happen to you. Not only is it how you mutate, which is the core creative fun of the game, it's also how the end game is decided. The person with the most not-so-easy cards chooses the fate of the survivor. There's an example to the right. Want me to read the example?
No.
Tom gets to read the mutation.
Weird, right? Okay,
It's
mutation.
randomly rolled. You can't be a ghoul. It says that.
Mutation.
You're going to X-card the ghoul stuff, yeah.
Okay. The creative part of the game is characters horribly mutating as they try to do things that are not so easy. Mutation only happens when you pull not so easy cards. This represents how the zone only lets you progress when your characters push their limits. Terrible for your characters, great for you as players. When you draw a card that says mutation, describe the gruesome changes that happen to your character. Consider changes to your appearance, how you communicate, your psyche and emotions, your ability to manipulate things, and the senses with which you perceive the world. Try to relate mutations to your character's backstory, values, and most of all, their obsessions and phobia. Don't hold back. Mutation cannot kill you. Only fate cards. Need inspiration? Draw on your favorite stories and legend. Use the Book of Mutation or ask for ideas from other players.
Fate cards will decide which one of us makes it to the center and who will die along the way. We're about to secretly decide the order of our deaths by placing fate cards face down on the locations after the campfire. What do fate cards do? So I will show you a fate card that is not in the game. It's call sign Fox. So when you draw it, it will give you a certain letter for a call sign. That is the person who's going to die in that scene. And it's determined randomly before we even start. When we reach a location with a fate card on it, we'll immediately flip it. Whoever has the matching call sign card takes that fate, and they must die in that location. Only one of us will survive. How do I die? When you're ready for your character's journey to end, you'll hold out your fate card and say, "I meet my fate." This will give you complete narrative control, making your character immune to not so easy until they die. This will be your moment to shine. Death can mean many things in the zone, from being blown apart by an anomaly to transcending your human form and becoming one with the environment, but it always means the end of your character's journey. Claiming someone else's fate. The only way to avoid death is for someone else to ask to claim your fate by saying, "I claim this fate." If you allow it, they will take your fate card as their own. You will also swap call sign cards, so their fate applies when it comes up for you later. The same fate can be claimed repeatedly. All right, so assemble the fate cards for the call signs currently in the game. What we got? There is
B, C. What are you, Tom?
D.
A. There it is.
Oh,
I was
A.
missing A, so that's what I was like, what the fuck? I just said A, B, C, D.
So with this fate claiming thing, all four of us could try to claim the same fate and then get the last person who tries to claim it actually gets it.
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get eaten by the bear from Annihilation. No, I want to get eaten from the bear from Annihilation.
I want to smooch the bear from Annihilation.
Shuffle and hold them fan.
That's dying. That counts as dying.
That is dying. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the campfire.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to select one face down without looking at it after I've shuffled them. You're going to place it on any location after the campfire.
Okay. Gotta have a sewer death. It's like an FPS. Gotta have a sewer level.
Hospital.
Guess I'll be first.
Excellent.
Oh, there's one fake card left. Okay. That's the one who's making it to the end.
So what's the one? So there would be a fake card in the center?
No. There's 4 of us, so there's only 3 people going to die.
Right, but like one person. So
Someone dies at the center.
someone dies at the center. Okay, so 2 people make the center, 1 person dies, 1 gets the wish.
Yeah. All right. What happens after death? When your character dies, I slid the tutorial cards on the first death, so we know how to do it. When your character dies, you will continue playing as normal and directing scenes when it's your turn. But focus entirely on creating weird and wonderful horrors for the zone. You may choose to embody strange creatures and non-player characters that the expedition encounters, do things that trigger phobias or obsessions, and most of all, look for moments to escalate situations by using something's not right, and that's not so easy. After the campfire, storytelling tends to barrel towards the finish as each player is picked off one by one. Be merciless in helping that along. The game ends when you reach the center. At the center, the facilitator will hand out the in-game cards, which will guide us in playing over the climactic final moments of the game. All you need to remember right now is that whoever gets to the center will have a chance to ask the zone to grant their greatest wish. And whoever has the most not-so-easy cards will get to decide what happens with that wish. Remember, each character has already tried everything to make their obsession happen, and the zone is truly their last resort. So take massive risks, manifest weird dangers using something's not right. You want to earn as many not-so-easy cards as you can. And with that, we are ready to start. Okay. Get the lights, I guess.
Yeah, boy.
Getting weird with it. Time to enter the zone. The expedition now leaves the observation facility and heads to the boundary. You may keep this book at hand as a reference, but otherwise won't need it again. The rest of the game will be driven by the cards in front of you. This is your moment to take a quick break, refill snacks, and turn down those lights. Good luck.
Yay.
It'll be really funny when Maddie walks in and goes, right!
This was horrible.
Yeah. Okay. You are setting up the scene, Ross.
All right. The boundary. So I pick one of these 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. The boundary itself is invisible, but its presence is clearly felt in its effect on the environment and the creatures it intersects. So I then
draw that scene card.
Okay. The expedition crosses through the boundary. How does everyone see and feel? Use take stock. Why is it not so easy to cross the boundary? Yeah. So the expedition, the rule is actually to only go when the sun is highest in the sky. So at noon. So there's this maximum light. So they, because they've set up a battery of sensors and cameras and, you know, even dudes with binoculars just to see everything. They have spotlights going on, even though it's daylight. They're just flooding it, trying to make it as visible as possible because the boundary is invisible. So they want to see what they have an approximate idea of where it is, but like they want to document every single little detail. And so we're going in at noon, and I guess I'll take stock. Ab will take stock, and the grass is unusually short. It's like it's been mowed, like it's very orderly grass, and which he notes as odd because by the facility itself, it's very wild. They don't have a guy mowing outside, you know, the DMZ, I guess. But like as we get closer, the grass gets shorter and more orderly, like almost like in rows of individual blades of grass. So everyone takes a stock.
Okay. I noticed that as we approach this invisible boundary, the rosary that I have on my wrist, as well as something I'm wearing under my shirt, it's not being pulled in a particular direction, but it is flapping wildly on my wrist, like it's trying to free itself as we get closer. Like it starts kind of swaying, and then as we approach the border, it starts really just flapping around my wrist. You see the one jumping under my shirt, and like it's not being pulled in any particular direction. It's those if it has a life of its own, is trying to rip itself free. And I also noticed that the rosary becomes terribly, terribly, terribly cold against my skin, like to the point of burning. And but as we proceed, further into the zone, this flapping of the rosary calms down and eventually stops.
So it gets more intense as you get closer, but as we cross it, okay, interesting.
As we approach the boundary, it's the smell, like it's kind of the smell that's on the wind, seems to be different depending on what you're currently thinking about. Like if you're thinking, you're looking ahead and seeing this grass, like, oh, this reminds me of a freshly mowed lawn. Suddenly, like, the smell of freshly mowed grass hits you. When you feel that rosary, it's suddenly you kind of get like the scent of like metal, like of actual of metal. Or if you're thinking of like, there's kind of, it's like a haze kind of thing. Like the last time I saw like a haze coming off of a highway, suddenly the smell of like hot asphalt starts hitting you. So whatever our mind goes to, that smell seems to come with the wind.
The sun, even though it's high in the sky, seems perpetually in your eyes. It cuts through sunglasses, so you're constantly having to look down. And though the grass is well trimmed, there's lots of moles, it feels like, with loose earth beneath you that makes you sink and lose your step momentarily. And after a while, you find that having to keep look down to get the sun out of your eyes and make sure you're not stepping on a gopher hole, like, the horizon looks different pretty much every time you raise your eyes up from one of those inevitable distractions. And when you ask each other, hey, did that happen to you? They kind of look up as well, and we're all sort of timed out with that. It's perplexing.
Something's not right. Remind me, so when something's right, I just describe an obstacle. Okay.
And then anyone else can say, it's worse than that.
Okay.
And make it worse.
So as we're crossing the threshold, Babel, the actor, hears the familiar sound from many a movie set of a safety of a rifle being clicked off. And a woman in a ragged 13th Expedition outfit comes out and says, no, not one step in. No one goes in. Not again. And she is very adamant that we turn around.
When my eyes this woman, I immediately feel like this wave of nausea, as if I've committed a grave crime, like against myself, like I have like taken a step past, a point of no return, for my humanity, like I did a gross crime, and that hangs in me so heavy.
It's worse than that.
Yeah,
she's behind us somehow.
Oh, shit.
She's guarding us from entering the zone, but she is pointing a rifle at our backs towards the zone without seeming to know that is different in the case.
Okay.
How are we going to deal with this?
It's worse than that.
Oh, God.
There's multiple clicks of the same sound around us and the same voice coming from different directions saying the same thing.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, Babel reacts and rehearsed from 1,000 hours of stunt work, but with a real weapon this time. Jumps to the dives to the ground, spinning around and shooting the woman.
It's not so easy.
It's not so easy. So I draw a card. All right. Yes, but the zone mutates you in a shocking way. It's the only reason you succeed. So
I would have used the mutations book. You better use the mutations book. Unless you want to describe something of your own description.
I mean, my description, my inclination was not like a physical mutation, but like there's like the others just see a mirage, like I kind of like ripple in the air as I sort of like move out of the way, like I was quantum entangled or something. But that doesnnes leave after I shoot.
So you've got K-pop Demon Hunter animation.
Yeah, basically.
You're skipping frames.
Yeah, I'm skipping frames. Yeah. And that like dies down after I shoot the women, or at least one of them, and then dive into cover. But like it won't leave ever. Like there's always some sort of rippling frame skipping that just accompanies me from now on. So, but does that get all of them? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're the director.
Okay, yeah.
And you keep the card.
Yeah, I
so,
do keep the card.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And you decide when we end the scene. Because we have drawn at least one yes but, so you can move to the next location or move to a different scene, whatever you want to do.
I mean, yeah, nobody else. Well, there were several of them. I don't know if I shot all of them. I would say.
I
would say yes.
Clicks, so.
Okay, all right, yeah. So yeah,
You know what I'll say?
What?
Like all the rest of them are standing around us, just shake their heads disappointingly at you, and seemingly just fade away.
okay, all right,
So it's saying like, I gave you a chance.
yeah. And so we cross into the threshold. We get past the boundary, and that ends the scene.
All right. We are now at the lab. Pick one and set up a scene.
Certainly. Okay.
Or you can use your phone. Or yeah,
I'm good. You lead the way there. I can see. Here we approach a lab and we see.
it's one of those three. Yeah,
Yeah. Just doing a quick scan here.
they're riding motorcycles.
Okay.
The zone has an air conditioning.
All right, gents, here we go.
We're in the lab. That makes sense.
We're in the lab, and vats of organic material and petri dishes all over. Their contents growing out of their containers. The stuff is everywhere.
Okay. And draw a scene card.
Okay, the scene is a beast poses a terrible threat to the expedition. I chose a good one.
Yeah.
What makes the beast such a threat, and why do you have to confront it? Let's see here.
Well, let's take stock first.
Okay, yeah. So I take stock. And beast I see obviously is a part of these vats and petri dishes. As a matter of fact, it's kind of like a big flesh oozing puddle kind of like thing. Like it's part of multiple vats. Like stuff is grown out and joined into a single organism kind of like thing. Multiple eyes, too many eyes. That's the first thing my character thinks. That's too many eyes. And what I perceive to be a mouth is like stretching and, just over exaggerated, kind of like flapping back at, its lips at points, but just like, I know this thing is screaming so loud because I see the room vibrating as it does this, but I don't hear anything. I can hear myself breathe. I can hear you guys, no, that's it. My hearing becomes so enhanced. Like I hear my heartbeat. I hear your heartbeat, your breathing. But all I can focus on is this cartoon mouth. Just it's supposed to be a scream.
But we all get to add sensory details.
Yeah.
All right.
Sound that comes from it is when the bubbles pop in it, and it sounds like whispers. You gotta get really close if you want to hear what they're saying.
Babel notices that like there's some sort of source of wind, some circulation still blowing, and there's like paperwork in the air, and there's just like printouts from lab reports and scientific notes, and every single page seems to have these patterns, like these diagrams of atoms and cells, and like they expand in fractal patterns, and Babel just kind of like is more focused on this paperwork than the actual monster threatening them. Yeah.
And as a thing is crawling out of the labs, it's like with like vats and files cracking and breaking open. It's like seemingly coming from like it seems like PAs in the lab. It's like crackling radio sounds, and then snippets of like some kind of old timey kind of radio like a radio program. But it seems to be this old like voice from the 50s is saying and like we said some here is like and here we say like, oh, and like what's Demos gonna do now? It's like it's mentioning all of us.
Oh, okay. Just our
and like essentially saying
your call sign's Demos.
Yeah, Demos. So
yeah.
Is that what was yours?
Chulak.
It's like it says it's like and Chulak can he hear anything now? Can he hear this? Who knows?
Okay.
I start passing out jugs labeled acid. Yes, we got a snippet about this. The former operating base before it was overrun. I have to cleanse this disgusting blight or additional expeditions.
Getting those jugs is not so easy, though.
But my jugs.
Yes. Yeah. Do I describe the threat, or is it just like
just the card for me?
I would be doing.
You would be doing.
Yeah.
So.
As you go for the jugs, there's something like some impossibly long-legged thing skittering out.
I get yes.
Yeah.
But success immediately triggers a much more serious challenge. If it's a creature, there are more of them. A lot more.
Wow.
Okay, so that works.
Yeah.
So I burn parts of it off, and then it separates and starts moving a bunch faster.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So,
The world's shittiest tribble.
So I go to, I see that the vats that it's emerging from, it's partially still in the vats, right? Like,
Yeah.
I notice that the vats have some sort of apparatus at the base that's still powered on. Like, it's still like generating, like, there's like a filtration system or a heating system, something that keeps these vats, optimal for this creature. So I realize that I got to turn the power off, and that'll kill the creature at its heart. And so,
But that's not so easy.
it's not so easy, yeah. Let's see. No, but the zone mutates you and another expedition member bringing you closer. What do you now share? All right, this one I'll roll on.
okay, good. Finally, thank God. There's a whole book.
All right, do I just roll a D100?
Yeah.
All right. 50, let's see, 52.
Social sentience. So pick who this is for now. Who's mutating with you?
Yeah, Demos, yeah.
All right. You can now sense, communicate with, and command. It gives you a lot of options. Ants, wasps, bees, termites, or ambrosia beetles, as long as you make unbroken eye contact with at least one member of the colony. What does this teach you about planetary sentience and its hidden motives?
All right.
You both order ants to assume the goo psychically together.
Yeah, I see. There's a hole in the wall. Ants are crawling out of them, and I just lock eyes with it, and I can feel them and their burrows and their hot,
Right.
their ant tunnels.
Thousands upon thousands
Yeah,
of voices.
spiraling out in a fractal manner, and I command them to start chewing on the wires of the apparatus to try and kill, and the creature itself. Yeah, I'm gonna go full Ant-Man on this.
By that time, playing Sim Ant's going to come in.
But this is no but, so it's
Commanding ants is not so easy,
yeah.
sir.
Zone mutates you in a way that triggers your phobia and your obsession at the same time.
Okay.
Was it yes but or no but?
Yes, but
The
Okay.
sun and
absence of procedure. I'm gonna go with the sun. Like skin kind of becomes smooth and green like plants.
Okay. Oh, it's
And-
another mutation for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but at the same time, like I don't know how to operate on plants. So I don't know what to do with my own body now if I get injured. This is like
Okay.
I'm not a botanist, Jim.
I gravitate towards the chaplain, who is not stuttering through time, made of plants, or ant psychic,
Well, I'm also
which I find comforting.
for now.
So yeah, I imagine like the creature itself is like now dealing with the ants as the ants are trying to destroy the life support apparatus for it. And
What have you both learned about planetary sentience?
I mean, the ants are unaffected by this. They're still ants. I mean, I can psychically communicate with them, so maybe they're not normal ants, but like they seem normal.
Or perhaps
they tell me they're normal.
like no. It's like perhaps they're a group mind.
Yeah, that's why the zone isn't mutating them like it's mutating us.
But you both did it. So aren't you a group mind?
But we can only communicate through the ants.
Or-
We can't communicate with each other.
How do you know you're not being commanded right now?
Oh God.
There's no procedure for this.
Love's a two-way street, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, we've drawn a lot of cards, so we could keep doing with a new scene because we've resolved that, or we could move on.
Or did we resolve? I mean,
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to
Okay.
say that it all succeeded in stopping this monster. And my last observation for my character is that, like, as I see you command these ants, I am 100% certain that these are all they are all former human souls. Human souls are driving these ants. These all used to be people.
Man, God's fucked up. Weird. All right.
God's drunk.
Scene deck to Tom. And
Yes.
we're at the suburbs.
It's a luxurious walled community with an ornate gate, an all-inclusive gilded fortress for the few reclusive misers who could afford it.
I mean, it was.
It was.
Yeah, let's check sock.
Yeah, well, we gotta see.
Oh yeah.
Tempted by an intelligent, possibly impossibly beautiful creature. What is the beauty of this creature in your eyes? Whose obsession does the creature try to tempt with? Whose obsession does the creature try to tempt with, and how?
Well, what's your choice, right? Or
No.
Well, yeah.
Obsession.
Live forever.
All right, I'm going to say it is okay. Over there. So as we approach this walled community, kind of growing up, kind of like right behind the, there's the gate is closed, and then right behind it is looks like trees have kind of like two trees have kind of one going straight up, another is kind of growing crossways, and seemingly attached to it like this is kind of a female humanoid plant creature, almost looking like they've been crucified, but not like painfully so. But it's like just sitting there and looking beneficently down at
Chulak.
At Chulak, saying it says says she represents the bliss that is waiting for you at the center.
How tall is she?
That's like 15, like 15 feet tall.
Okay. Like half a wicker man.
Like half a wicker man.
Yeah.
I feel an incredible ardor for this creature that I've never felt before in my life.
Yeah, she is of the world and divine at the same time.
I notice as we're walking and we see her from a distance, right? She's towering above the walls of this gated community, right? But
yes.
I notice on the way there, I almost trip on something and I look down, and buried in the dirt is this plastic panel, and I puzzle over it, and I look down for a bit, and then I realize it's the roof of a golf cart, and I see ants crawling over it, and I can just sense the ants have buried a golf cart, and there's corpses in there. There's people that were the ants. They fell into a pit, and the ants buried them and consumed them and turned them. And there's a thriving ant colony underground surrounding this golf cart and the people that tried to flee. Yeah.
I am disgusted by this Dendrick harlot. Defacing this fine gated community and its clean, orderly lines. And this is why we fight. This horrible defacement of property and destruction of land ownership rights that cannot be allowed to stand. Yes. I'm besides myself with rage at the sight of it.
Something's not right. As we approach, we all hear an air raid siren go off that winds up and plays. Someone hiding is seen us approaching, has set up an alarm, and we're kind of we're sort of out in the open right now. So I'm not sure if we should flee and try and go around it, or if we should rush in before the gates close. But she's inside the walls. We'd have to go in to get to her.
I start making connections between the crucified plant lady and my colleague letter D. Because you had Demos, because you attained the plant flesh yourself. You became plant-like, and now I'm making connections between you and this enormous, gorgeous lady. And but my phobia is ruining myself, and I do consider the human vessel to be utterly sacred. And so for me, you've made a great transgression, although you didn't decide to mutate. It's still like you have sinned against your own body. And I managed to transition that disgust to the giant lady, and I feel my ardor, that deep primal horniness I never knew I had, go down, and I'm back in control.
That's not so easy.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah.
It's not so easy to be not horny.
Yeah.
The zone mutates you, triggering a much more serious challenge.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Ah.
All right. Let's see here. That is a 61.
Okay.
Couldn't roll a 69. Damn it.
Yeah.
Your face or bodily feature, what do you want?
Face.
Becomes incredibly photogenic, capturing the attention and admiration of all those who see it. However, every time it is photographed, it transforms further into flower, animal, or monster.
Better say flower. Keep with the theme here.
Okay. I will say the new problem is that we are just enamored with the Chaplain. Mm-hmm. It's just so hot now. His face looks so good.
as flowers sprout across my features, I feel them, and I start.
We got to document this for the science.
Yes.
I'm just
When we get out, I can get you into Hollywood.
You
be a star.
I grip one of these new roots, these flowers, as hard as I can, and I try to pull it off my head, and it's so painful. But I just, I feel like my phobia is triggering it. I'm being ruined. I'm ruining myself with this. How dare I gaze upon this creature and try to, turn away the love it was trying to share with me. So this pain is for me because I have ruined myself again, and I will continue ruining myself, but I can't help it. I can't help it, damn it.
your flower mutilation scares the shit out of me. So I stop taking pictures of you, and I see the gate closing, and so I'm going to run for it.
That's not so easy.
God damn it. Yes, but the zone mutates you in a way that can be hidden from others. Give me a roll.
Okay.
Secret political officer.
See here.
Mutation.
That is a 57.
57.
Do you want me to reroll?
All right, I'm going to hide that. From now on, every time you feel a positive or negative emotion associated with your phobia obsession, you shrink a little. The stronger the emotion, the smaller you get. When I get inside the gate, are you joining me?
Oh, yes. I've got my weapon drawn. I'm looking around and says, "Who's there? Come out. We need to study the specimen you have set up on display. It's affecting us.
So you could draw another scene if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm going to draw another scene.
Yeah, right. See what happens. See if that connects at all.
You meet a creature that knows one of you. Who does the creature know and how? And what does this relationship mean for the expedition? Okay, as we are sliding through the gate, shimmying through the gate, the doors to one of the luxury houses opens. And a figure, looks like kind of in a, I'm not, beekeeper, but it's wearing the suit of an exterminator it's the bodysuit, gas mask. Is motioning, looks at you. I'm gonna say, sorry, what was yours?
I think of Abydos.
Abydos, and saying, motioning you to get into the house with the siren going off.
Yes, I follow. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we take stock. What do we see in the house?
Yeah.
Okay, going to the house. There is a very strong scent that anyone who has, scientific training would recognize as formic acid. The smell the chemical ants secrete.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person in that outfit starts speaking, but voice is very buzzing. It's kind of buzzing almost thank God. I thought I was alone in here, sir. It's so good to see you. I've lost track of time. I thought they would send someone in. And a hand comes out to shake your hand.
Yeah, it sounds like my handler, which I'm very... Hello, it's my professor from the Ferrous Metals Institute. How did you came for an early survey? What are you doing here, sir?
He's not one of the previous expedition members. I studied them all extensively as part of my research. At least none of the public expeditions. Were there secret expeditions? Were you part of a secret expedition?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to remember some things, but I certainly remember you. And I know that now that we're together, you can really help me out. By the way, his arm is also undulating very strangely as his hand is reaching out to you.
Oh, you can add a detail too, Chris.
Yeah. I'm starting to put two and two together here, and I understand that this person, if it is indeed a person, is about as formless as the blob we sat acid to, and I feel my face starting to crawl. It's not just the plants that keep growing. It's not just the flowers that keep living. But this is I feel like there's ants crawling all over my face when I look at this character.
Something's not right.
Something's not right.
Yeah, it's also actually. Kind of, then you see from the way that part of the mask is up against, an ant crawls out from under it.
It's even worse than that. As we hear sounds of footsteps outside. It sounds like at least a few people are running around outside trying the windows that have been barricaded and the door, which is locked. And it seems like you can hear muffled voices. Outsiders! Outsiders!
It's like, and he was like, oh dear! It's like, oh dear, the residents are getting restless.
I grab my gun that no one knew I had. And I point it at him and go, "Who's the mission? You'll be able to tell me if you're really him. Who's the mission? Point!"
It's hard. It's very hard to remember things.
I shoot him.
It's not so easy.
Yeah, there it is. All right. Yes, but the zone mutates you in a way that forces you to confront your obsession. Okay. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yep. 89.
Your lungs inflate, expand, proliferate, and from now on, any tiny particles of dust, pollen, mold, organics, metal that you inhale are given a slight consciousness, which continues after you exhale them. You can control their movement and can subtly sense the world through their touch. Any allergies you had are now gone. How does this change the air you choose to breathe? So I shoot him in the head, and then after breathing a deep sigh of relief, I take a deep breath, and I inhale the fact that he is my legitimate handler, and here's legitimately confused, and he went through training me. And then I panic and start gasping, and then I can hear that all of the people outside and the sounds aren't there, and it's empty, and I just murdered him for no reason. And I keep trying to gasp and hyperventilate, but keep learning more about my environment as I do that until I eventually just hold my hands over my mouth and huddle on the bloody carpet in a fetal position.
So
I think he has just poisoned you somehow. So I'm running up with basically a scalpel and just going nuts, stabbing the suit.
that's not so easy.
Yes, and so mutates granting you a powerful gift the others simply wouldn't understand.
Yeah, this one we're not going to buy. We're not going to wrap our heads around this one.
71.
Your fingernails are slightly longer.
And
The power. Full immersion. Your senses increase in acuity to the point where you can fully immerse yourself in your environment as long as you are completely still or don't stop moving. You can decide what that is. You can feel every breeze, every cobblestone underfoot, and every droplet of rain on your skin as if you were a part of the world itself.
And as I keep it's going to
Sounds like you're getting blood nourished, Plant Man.
and as I'm stabbing, and I just keep stabbing, I notice this guy is nothing. He's just a suit filled with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of ants. And the thing, but also, he is your old handler.
He's Ant-Man.
He is Ant-Man. As this is happening, I realize that the residents, we need to distract them. And I see a crate of Molotov cocktails that the handler had set up. So I grab some and I jump through a window and run to the giant green lady and throw it, light one, and light her up.
That's not so easy.
That's not so easy, yeah.
We gotta get out of here.
Let's see here. 85. Yes, and the zone mutates you in a helpful way.
Aww. How nice of it.
I've definitely been rolling high tonight.
85. Enlightenment. You suddenly feel an astonishing connection to all living things, equanimity about your situation, and perfect understanding of simultaneous origination, the idea that nothing happens without everything else that happened before it. Of course, that is because your body has become literally connected to everything around it via shattering into a million pieces that move as one, fraying into sentient filaments, duplicating endlessly, losing all perception of the now. You can take your pick. Why does your phobia still haunt you even now as you are connected to all things.
Well, because I'm losing my sense of self. It's the fractals. I am expanding out.
You yourself have become fractal.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I feel the lady. She feels pain of being burned alive after I throw the Molotov. Yeah,
Something's wrong with your graphic user interface.
yeah,
Glitching, you're fractaling out,
yeah.
T-posing through the suburb.
The UI of the world is getting weird.
Yeah. Ollie, weird, am I right?
Only you can get us out of this hell. Set your tree lady on
Oh
fire.
yeah, the
What more is there to
residents
do?
like drop their weapons and start wailing. Yeah.
Yeah, and they all run towards the burning lady, screaming "No!"
So we can get away.
See?
Like,
It's up to
and
it's up to
it's
Tom.
like, and then like this, we all move on as then the hundreds of thousands of ants pour out of the suit, saying like, and they all in unison seem to say like, "Good luck." It's like, "Good luck. I wish you luck." Like, "Good luck in there." It's like
I inhale the ants wishing me good luck and begin vomiting in the nightmare that I can understand it.
all right then.
All right. So that ends the scene. So now we do the campfire.
Yeah. Ugh. So that's me. Yeah.
So this is the midway point. This is like we're stuck.
Yeah.
The expedition is about to enter the innermost part of the zone, which is much more dangerous. After this point, characters will start dying. But for now, you've made camp and are all gathered around the fire or equivalent. Go around and share your theories about the nature of the zone. When you are done in the scene and move into the next location. So we are at a campfire on the other side of the gated community, huddled around the flame. I look small, diminished even by my experiences, and I'm trying to breathe very shallowly while looking at the campfire. What is the rest of the
Did you
team?
rescue that gas mask? Did you loot that gas mask?
No,
Yeah.
I did not. No.
Yeah. Okay.
It was full of ants by the time I thought to do that.
Which was your handler?
Yeah.
They were all your
ants
handlers.
that were all my handler. Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm an ant psychic. I frame skip and I sense
Made
all,
of filaments that
yeah.
connect to all things or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm connected to the universe. So, yeah, what if this is just one great intelligence that's trying to process Earth? This is just like gray goo, but it's just trying to understand us, and it's linking into everything, and we're so different from each other. It's causing damage as it's trying to just study us. What if that's it? Because I feel like that seems to be happening. It's making mistakes. It's when it analyzes a flower and then analyzes you, it mixes up a little bit of the flower and you. Yeah.
The handbook says to refrain from assigning agency to the zone.
What handbook? The metallurgy one?
The handbook for expeditions. You're supposed to record your observations in as neutral language as possible in your journal to be recovered by future expeditions.
I think that was pretty neutral given the circumstances.
Let's see here. Obviously, the preceding events have caused me to wildly reconfigure my relationship to my religion and how I perceive the world through that lens. And previously, before this expedition, I was very dismissive of concepts like Mother Earth or like animals having souls and things like that. And I'm given what I observed, I'm moving closer to the idea that maybe throughout history, what we perceived as God has been like this very natural force that is currently shaping us, and I'm feeling like the zone we're trying to reach, like that's like the rupture point where this deeply ancient force has finally crossed to the material realm, and this is God. This is God. I'm certain that like what we're witnessing and feeling is God.
And it's like me. Every time I put my hand to the bare ground, I can feel like roots that are starting to sprout from my hand. It's wanting me to take root, so I have to quickly pull it away. So I think trying to understand this is most likely a pointless endeavor because I think it's different for every one of us. But it has, I guess, focused me a bit. I was thinking when I came in here, I was supposed to make sure that I kept all of us alive, but I don't think I'm part of that anymore. I think my job now is to keep all of you alive. I want you all to know that I think this place has simplified things. I'm going to do my utmost to keep you alive, whatever the cost.
I think we appreciate that, Doctor. Was that neutral enough for you?
Fill out your observation journals. I'll need to keep them for safekeeping. I have the wet bag. Everyone fill out your observation journals before going to sleep tonight.
Actually, what I do like? Oh yes, I'm actually going to diligently fill it out.
Yeah,
because that's part of the
It's
procedure.
important. I need to keep them in the wet bag.
when I write it, it's like some House of Leaves shit where every word is like in a branching fractal pattern.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like it's in English, but like good luck. It takes a while to decipher what the order of words are. So yeah. So good luck with that. Yeah.
Mine's written very mine is very like it's supposed to be. Except I do mention a lot like this. I'm going to keep everyone's flesh together. Make sure everyone's flesh stays intact.
I very painfully and obviously contort, quote and verse from the Bible to try to describe what just happened. And it's not very good, but that's where I am right now.
Why don't we take a quick break then before we start the next scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're back in the zone.
So,
I should open before we start.
Well, don't worry.
No.
I'll cut this part out. I'll wait.
No. We're sitting at the campfire. We're opening up drinks and it's immersion.
Brought some cold ones in
Yeah.
the exclusion zone.
Well, Coca-Cola did some airdrops. They sponsored this expedition.
soda cola.
The Coke is made of ants as well.
it's heaven in a can.
That's the secret ingredient.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
I thought it was nutmeg. No,
His hand.
it's psychic ants. Okay, so it goes back to me and I do a scene.
Yes.
I think we're did.
Yeah, no, I did.
Oh,
I
yeah,
did the
yeah,
campfire.
that's right.
Okay.
Back to roll.
All right, give me the scene deck, please. And the lantern. Listeners, we are doing this in the dark with just a
We are
lantern.
legit doing
We're also supposed to have a soundtrack, but
Yeah.
copyright.
Recording, yeah. It's honestly, I think we could probably get that, but it would interfere with the voice quality. All right. We got to do this one. A Gothic institution, dozens of metal beds separated by moldy teal curtains. Side rooms host forgotten equipment, strange drugs pop underfoot. Yeah, this is an older hospital, and a creature presents a character with an irresistible temptation. What is this creature like? Whose obsession does this creature try to tempt with, and how? So as we're walking through this hospital, this old institution, the commissar here, the political officer, metallurgist,
iron expert.
iron expert, yeah, recognizes that this was once a place used for medical experiments on undesirables of the state, prisoners. And as you are looking, a man in a gas mask. Well, not a gas mask. That's been done.
More ants.
Yeah, not more ants. Oh, a spec ops looking guy with like the 3 lens night vision goggles makes a hand gesture for you, but before you notice, you realize through the armor, through the tactical operator clothing, there are these spikes extruding from it. So like this guy's been in the zone for a while, and he's like, I'm here to provide your 6. You just tell me who to drop and when and where, and I'll do this. Just I can get rid of anything.
You from the Zero expedition?
Yeah,
The initial force?
yeah.
How have you survived this long?
Got to stay on mission. Got to stay on task.
All right, well, something's not right.
Yeah, something's not right. Yeah. So let's see here. The creature is talking to you and trying to lure you away into a side corridor away from the others. And as you realize you're actually not talking to the creature himself, you're talking to his reflection. He has a mirror set up, and you're about to walk into a trap.
It's worse than that.
Yeah?
In the other hallways of the hospital we are in, we see green IR lasers, multiple of them, painting out and caressing the walls of every room, as every corner has some darkened laser sight pointing out of it. Sort of entrapment-esque laser hallway in every direction.
Even worse than that.
Playing Pink Floyd.
That would be worse.
The soldiers are carrying like rusted and slimy weapons that still seem to be functional though, and they have the laser sights on them.
No, we've got Death Stranding.
Yeah, but they're all like look like dead or dying soldiers. Like they should be in this hospital, but they're being held up by these like metal prosthetic like frameworks. Like they're being propped up by like these rusty metal exoskeletons that are being held together with like some sort of weird organic tissue. And so the soldiers themselves don't even seem to be conscious about it. They're just being like some unseen forces moving them, but they're just, like corpses with machine guns and these like rusty metal exoskeletons.
I'm gonna think this is a hospital. This is a place that I am most at home. And I was like, oh, there's organic tissue holding these things up. I know exactly how to sever organic tissue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, just gonna go. This needs a doctor's touch. I'll be right back.
Even need to say it.
You don't indeed.
I even need to say it.
95.
The zone mutates you in a way that causes you to take on an aspect of the environment.
Okay. Aspect of the hospital.
Well, I rolled a 95.
Oh, I don't know if it works.
Yeah.
We'll see what it is. We'll see if we can link it.
Yeah.
Not I rolled a 33 is my next one. Or Tom can just I mean
I don't think this one works.
But what is it? Just out of curiosity.
Creature comforts. Wherever you are, you instinctively know where the nearest snack, drinking fountain, restroom, comfortable bench is. This feels nice.
That doesn't know.
There was a time when this knowledge would have been very useful. What was it?
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, that's not working.
What was 35 then?
33.
What was 33 then?
All right.
Okay, what if you became a vending machine?
Well, okay, when I think of like old like structures like that, like old hospitals, old mental institutions, one of the things I first think of is the asbestos, the mold, like the air.
Oh yeah,
Like
plants love asbestos. Yeah.
Well, those creatures too. Like you can, it was just so many particulates in the air that you could disguise yourself with it. You could control it, or maybe the asbestos or the insulation.
Black mold.
Yeah, black mold. Yeah, just like it starts rotting the organic tissue holding these metal exoskeletons up.
I see it encompassing the surgeon as he's searching for something to help with this. So I grab the chaplain. We have to get out of here. Leave him. He's been corrupted by the place. We've got to run.
I hear you shaking.
I don't think this place is going to let you go.
Well, what do you do, chaplain?
As letter A starts shaking me and yelling at me, I start focusing on the exoskeletons of these mud goopy soldiers, and I suddenly understand that on the exoskeleton they all have like an enormous like rusted cross on it, and that just like that's like a spike between the eyes. I get like an enormous migraine right there, and can I elect to mutate?
Yeah, you can say that's not so
my
easy.
action is to mutate. Once I say, there's crosses everywhere. Mutate!
How would you like to mutate? Are you rolling?
Roll me.
Okay.
Do you become a vending machine?
Let's see here. 20.
The lowest so far. Awe aura.
Oh, well.
Your body emits a powerful aura of awe,
Jiminy.
overwhelming those around you with admiration or fear. With a clear enough mental image, you can manipulate this awe into specific impressions of impossible grandeur and majesty.
Is it wrong? The first thing I thought was, "Aw."
Dovetails nicely with my incredible beauty.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting more flower-like.
Yeah.
You're becoming a fellow saint to the lady we saw, but
Let's see here. So
Maybe the horrific soldiers are like pushing past us to like worship the chaplain.
They drop their weapons and start There's just the sound of rusted metal scraping on each other.
Worship the hot flower man.
Yeah.
Right. This place is very.
When he walks, he starts leaving flowers in his wake. Like each step, flowers sprout out after it. Like the seeds dropping from his beard.
Right. This place is very inviting, I think.
Yeah.
I'm blocking that I'm becoming less human, and some part of me believes I'm becoming less divine, which is my ruining my self-phobia.
So the soldiers all pass, let us go. But as we try to leave, their leader, the operator's like, you could just hear him whisper, or if you're not willing, are you just too weak to liquidate these enemies of the state? Or am I going to have to, should I mark you as an enemy as well?
No, we know it's not. Now's not the time. It's not the plan. We don't have the data. We need the data.
Need the data.
I'm trying to convince him we need the data.
Okay. But as you do so, it's like, let me...
Grabbing his shirt tails and looking very high up to him as I carry my increasingly heavy pack.
Yeah.
But I'm hiding it.
I'm
hiding it very well.
But then the actor steps forward and is like, you're the only one who's going to be liquidated. And I start shooting him, but...
Not so easy.
Yeah.
Use your guns to solve everything.
Yeah. No, but the zone mutates you, granting a gift that may be helpful in the future. Let's see here. That is a 16.
We need to die soon. We're nothing but human. Synesthesia. Your perception becomes increasingly sensitive to sound, radiation, green, sarcasm. You can pick.
All right, yeah. So I just horribly hallucinate and miss. The last soldier.
Start to experience the sensations as one particular smell from your childhood, food taste, body part being touched. You choose.
I will say all I can smell is the ramen noodles, the cheap instant noodles I had the night before my audition that broke me or launched me into stardom. That I was
your breakout role.
Yeah, I was at my lowest point. I was like, this is my last audition. Then I'm going to take if I don't get it, I'm going to take the bus. I've already done 100 already. I just, that I could just remember that feeling of despair. No matter how rich I could never escape that feeling of despair.
What triggered your ramen? Pulling the trigger? Holding the gun?
Yeah, pulling the trigger, trying to get rid of him as one more obstacle in my path. And I just remember the point where, and I could see in his eyes, he's just in as much despair as I am.
Yeah. It does nothing to him. So.
Yeah. It does nothing to him. So yeah, we still have this one soldier who still thinks he's on a mission.
I am desperately trying to convince him that I have the mission under control. You just need to let me go.
Actually, this is probably a new scene. Yeah. So remains reveal something horrific about the previous expedition, which makes sense. What is implied about the previous expedition? Whose feelings about the expedition has changed by this? So yeah, he
had my job.
Yeah, he had your job.
Yeah, this is what happens when you do my job.
Yeah, we all know this now. That you're. Yeah, he yells out, "You're here to liquid. You're here to make sure no one gets out. I had your job. This is what's going to happen to you. The others are dead. They're lucky. I don't get to die." But he's trying to get us to stay with him. He doesn't want to be alone anymore. So
my character cries out and points at you. Finally, he finally comes to the conclusion with all these rusty exoskeletons. Yours is the curse of metal. You and your kind are responsible for making these souls not sleep anymore. These men crave sleep. It is your kind. It's you, the Iron Men, the Iron Workers. You've done this.
All right.
What are you trying to accomplish by screaming at me?
I'm proselytizing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that would. With your aura of awe, that would the soldier's broken, and collapses, finally dead. So
I try and break out a window, get out of this terrible house.
Yeah, and the scene ends. Yeah,
okay, we managed to get out. In this one.
Yeah.
Defenestration is the primary mode of locomotion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're moving to this one.
Okay, that is a fate card. So the first thing you do is you draw the fate card. Since it's the first fate card, after that, whoever has that fate is going to read the tutorial cards.
Got it.
Then we set up the scene.
B.
That's me.
Okay.
Read your fate cards. Part
right.
1.
So
There's a 1 card and a 2 card.
Yeah. I'll read first. Call sign Babel meets their fate. Anytime before leaving this location, say, I meet my fate to play this card. You become director and narrate how your character ends. While this is happening, others cannot use Not So Easy on you. And other players may ask to claim your fate at any time. Fate Tutorial 1, Claiming Fate. If you think your character should die, instead of the one currently holding the fate card, you can say, I claim this fate. The fated player agrees, take their card. It now applies to you now. Swap call signs to their fate, so their fate applies to you when the ladder comes up. The same fate can be claimed repeatedly. What happens after death? As the first player to die, you get a Not So Easy card. Hey! And after the character dies, their player continues taking turns as director, using all their moves, but now are representing the zone itself. Focus on creating weird and horrible situations for the survivors. Bring to life their obsessions and phobias. So I do get a So Easy card. Zone, you mutate you in some...
It doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, okay.
It's just for
Yeah.
points, basically.
All right, yeah.
You decide when you die in the scene, but
Yep.
it is Chris's turn.
Yep.
Okay, so we are in the sewers.
Yeah.
No, let's do it. Okay. We're in the sewers, ladies and gentlemen. A gothic undercity where old things lie, best undisturbed. Gargoyles, surprisingly elegant bridges, storerooms, often blocked by iron bars.
Okay, I'll draw a scene.
Scene is... Something dead delivers a message. How is the message delivered, and what is the impact of this message, or the messenger? Okay, so, big old Disney Fantasia Night on Bald Mountain gargoyle, biggest sin, huge, yeah. You remember when you played Elden Ring, you went underground for the first time. You're like, oh my god, this is huge. Okay, imagine that's where we are, and humongous Night on Bald Mountain gargoyle, and he extends one finger at you, and like a claw, has to be like half a mile long, and he points it right between your eyes, and he delivers a message that only you hear. What is that message? I guess I'm supposed to determine that. The message he delivers you is...
I mean, you can let me answer it.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. You want to find new terrain. You want to find... you've seen everything. You've done everything. There's only one place left for you. If you come with me, I'll show you. Otherwise, you'll never find that feeling again of something new, of something wondrous. And so, but they will all... their fates are worse than... they'll envy your fate, what's in store for them. And so only I hear it. And so I'm just kind of stopped, and I look at the rest of you, and I don't know. Is this a trick? Is it try? It says I should go with him, but
Something's not right.
All right.
all right. But
I pull out a gun, pointed at you. Now listen, it's a gargoyle. Why would it be underground? You're not supposed to put gargoyles underground. The sewers can't be this big.
Don't point that gun at one of God's own! I scream at you.
Actually, I just pulled up the scalpel. I'm afraid there might be something wrong with your brain. I could fix it for you.
Stay calm. Don't you see? You can't listen. You can't be running off.
He's like, please let me fix your brain.
We are losing it at the gates of hell. That's where we are. We are before hell. This is Satan's messenger. It is the anti-earth that begs before us.
Like, neurons or pathways are broken. I need to fix them for you.
it had a message for all of you too, that you're it. But I don't think. I just kind of think about that, and then
I try to shoot you.
Okay, that's not so easy.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
And the zone mutates me in a way that triggers my phobia.
Let's see.
See if I can attack
66.
It
Would be a crit failure if this is a different RPG.
okay. As I'm shrinking with my emotions to shoot you,
Yeah.
my gut expands massively as it lengthens and glides around as my digestive system swells, growing new organs and enhancing my saliva so that I can digest metals, oil, plastics, or anything man-made.
You are the Iron Man.
What is the first thing you want to tease? So, yeah, I shrink and both expand into a horrible gut monster and begin salivating acid instead of shooting you. And then, as a nightmare, because I'm in hell, I put my gun in my mouth, preparing to shoot myself before realizing just how good that gun tastes. And I literally eat my own gun while weeping on the sewer floor.
Can we say you look exactly like the creatures in the vats?
Sure.
Like, I'm gonna go like.
I'm getting there.
I'm just gonna assume you want your brain fixed. So
That's not so easy.
no, but the zone mutates you in a way that is clearly intended to help you overcome this obstacle, but doesn't quite go far enough.
The obstacle of him having a brain.
Yeah. 86. 86 him. 86
You can
him.
pass it back over.
86. Your childhood imaginary friend manifests. They've grown just as you have and are there to support or hinder you, just as they did back then. What do they help you cope with as a child? Why are you terrified or glad to see them again? As you prepare to stab B in the brain.
My little plague doctor friend I had when I was growing up. He was like, he was like a little mini one at the time. Only now he's full grown.
A tall, stuffed plague doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to claim my fate at this point.
It's Dr. Stitch.
So Dr. Stitch comes in as you're creeping up on me as I'm watching. So the actor's watching the political officer
Sob and eat a gun. While shrinking.
And I imagine the chaplain is praying and crying and trying to ward off Satan, i.e. the gargoyle. So I don't notice the doctor coming out with a scalpel, but Dr. Stitches appears by you and grabs you by the shoulder and says, "It's okay. He'll be okay now."
Are you sure, Doctor?
And all of you hear this sound of like a massive procession of people, because again, this is a huge underground area, like a city, right? And through the gloomy mist, you start seeing lights. And you can see people holding like lanterns and candles, but they look different. There's a huge crowd of them, and they have ant-like appearances. Like they're not quite human, not quite ant, and they pick me up, or they carry me. And I realize I can feel that I'm going to become part of the life cycle of these ant people. And I don't know quite what that means, but I'm not leaving this. And this is, I start experiencing ego death first as I start feeling the life cycle, every single person being in this gloomy mist, and the gargoyle and all of you are transfixed with your own problems. And so you don't even realize when the gargoyle disappeared. And Dr. Stitches just kind of pats you on the back and sort of reassuredly is like, "I'll be with you every step you take. I'll be right behind you."
And I'm too busy hugging him back to notice.
But he also disappears into the mist. But he's nearby. You can feel
he's always nearby.
And then finally, all three of you are alone, and you can just hear the sound of water dripping. And the place seems a lot smaller now, more like a conventional sewer. And then
And you're the director of the scene now, so you can end it whenever you want.
Yeah. And
you seize control when you got die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The looks like a regular sewer, and you can see daylight at the end. There's a storm drain that leads out, and there's nowhere to go but forward. So you all trudge forward. So yeah.
Did you leave your gun behind?
Yes.
All right, I'll take that gun because I ate mine.
Yeah.
I'll save it for later.
It's gold plated. It'll taste different.
Yeah.
45.
So we got like a little 3-foot guy with a huge belly. Just
Yeah, I've had to drop my pack because I can't carry it anymore.
Yeah, it's like a rifle for you.
The observation logs have been abandoned.
Yeah.
Along with the food.
I'll say over like, "Can I help heal you?"
Say away.
But as you look at Dr. Stitch, I'm just gonna go like, says like, "He's not ready to be fixed yet.
Dissidents and traitors everywhere."
Like, "We'll fix him later."
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's the end of the
Dr.
scene.
Stitch.
So yeah.
That is me.
Yeah, well, that works.
If you want the tutorial cards, here they are.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same ones.
So decide when you go out.
All right.
So start the scene as normal, yeah.
Yeah, there's this.
So what is this area?
The theater.
The theater.
I should have died there, but
Your ghost will linger.
yeah, yeah.
Gayest thing you've ever said.
Maybe
I should have died in the theater.
Yeah, maybe the ant nest. I'm already. Maybe I'm being dissolved, digested underneath the theater. You know?
Okay. I'm actually okay. It's a local theater known for its oddball curator. The auditorium may be tiny, but the sprawling archive of 60mm reels seems endless.
Okay.
And a creature creates a terrible moral conundrum. What choice is presented to the expedition? What makes this conundrum so tough for someone in the expedition?
Kill you or turn around? That could be a good one.
So wait, what's your phobia again? Like a procedure?
Absence of procedure.
Absence of procedure. So maybe it's something very chaotic and disorganized. Someone like something that seems like to be suffering dementia or madness or something. Something very chaotic.
Maybe, being a doctor, you kind of have a hang-ups about like, yeah, we can prolong this person's life, but they're going to be a vegetable.
Oh wait, we're not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Something's not right.
Okay. No, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the theater, and like Mr. Stitch next to me, like my awesome, black clad plague doctor buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And then as like going in, it's like just like stacks of 16mm film reels everywhere. Probably looks like a theater from like the 60s that never quite got updated. And I guess as we are kind of filing into the main theater, suddenly like the clatter of an old projector clicks on, and it's something, and an image is projected to the screen, and it's another plague doctor, but one entirely in white. And it's like it says I am welcome. I am Dr. Homeopathy. Keeper of the alternative way of healing, and clearly all of you are clearly in need of alternative ways of healing, because the standard practices have clearly done you no good. Look at you all.
Something's
not right.
Yeah.
After the white plague doctor comes to stop speaking, gingerly removes the bird-like mask, and it's Ross's character's face. And like we instantly recognize, like, oh, he was in a movie with one of these fucking things.
Like, oh yeah, it was like your worst movie, like Paging Dr. Sunshine or some shit like.
And then like the plague doctor goes away, but like another movie comes up, and it's like I instantly clocked that, like, these are movies across like dimensions and stuff. So like here's one where he played the voice of a talking dog in a sports movie. Here's another one where like he was born a woman, so like in a romantic comedy. Here's another one where he's like Tom Cruise never existed. He was Tom Cruise in that universe. God damn it! Like all these different movies and all these different roles that this guy has come up with that are not real, but like it. To me, it feels like memory. That's the thing. It's Nersat's memory. It feels like memory.
And it's even worse than that. As you all stare at the screen for a bit, you think it's only been a few minutes just seeing this montage of all these different roles of the screen, but you realize hours have passed. You're all hungry. You're all thirsty, and you realize that you're being entranced by the screen. You'll never leave if you don't do something about it. So
it's even worse.
Okay.
Like Darth said, and it's like Dr. Homeopathy, like opposite of normal medicine, says it's like the great secret of homeopathy is the idea of likes curing like. Like, and this is like you can either be trapped here forever, slowly whittling away, or you can heal yourselves in the only way imaginable. It's like for you, dear sir, and points into something in like a popcorn bucket, is like an old hammer and 3 nails, like 3 like kind of long iron nails. He says like the only way to deal with your spiritual decay is to give the ultimate act of sacrifice. And then there's actually a cross like up on one side of the theater. It says, it's like why don't you like go right ahead and get yourself a more comfortable seat.
Ooh.
Reach in and grab the hammer and nails, and plant tendrils help me ascend this cross, and I feel excited like I was as a child when I was at the playground. That's how happy I suddenly feel.
I'm just.
But it's not so easy.
You're not so easy yourself.
Yes, but I have to reveal something about your character's past to succeed. Man, this is a goodie.
No mutation this time, yeah.
Let me see if I can pull this out of my behind. Let's see here. God, what's awful? Something about myself that I would not want anyone to know about. Could I use an X card to draw a different one? Could I point at the X card and draw a different one? Or is
You could just draw a different one.
Okay. How about this one? This isn't something you could do alone. Help is needed from other characters or from a local. Ants assist me. Millions of ants are assisting me up this cross.
Yeah.
Okay, this point, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to claim my fate.
Mhm.
I see this happening. This is clearly this is homeopathy. This is not healing. This is pseudo-intellectual bullshit. Like, there's only one way. I realize there's only one way I can stop this nonsense from happening. I kind of stand up, and I walk towards the screen. This is going on. I take my scalpel, kind of stick it in, and it does not sound like cutting canvas. It sounds like I'm cutting flesh open.
Mm-hmm.
It cut a slit into the screen, which seems to affect the things that are on the screen being projected. And then I kind of slip into the slash as created, and then it's kind of it heals up like a scab on the screen, and then I end up walking into the room on the projected screen, and then start stabbing Dr. Homeopathy to death. It's like this is not real medicine, and it's something like the idea of likes curing like for your condition is something that just seems ridiculous. And
taking stock, you all smell and hear the sound of fire coming from the projection room. The projection, the booths caught on fire. So
and once it's done, I kind of stop, just covered in it's white. It's the White Doctor, but it's black ichor everywhere. But it's white. I mean, it's black and white. So
yeah.
And then with oh god, no, I totally forgot what I named him.
Dr. Homeopathy?
No, Dr.
Well, your code name is Demon.
Stitch. Dr. Stitch next to me, just like this. And I was that folks is the end of that program. Tune into our new program next week. For real medicine. And then the projector does the clicking off, and the screen.
I fire hopelessly into the projection screen.
Yeah, essentially, the screen stops, and then it does the.
You can see the film melting.
See the film melting on the screen. And I am
gone. Yeah. All right.
Come, Father. Father, we must go on. I take my empty gun magazine out and begin eating it as I squatly, nightmarishly waddle out of the theater.
I slump off the cross, just easily as I got on, and I follow you.
All right. Does that end the scene, Director?
That ends the scene.
All right.
Okay.
Now we're at
in the middle. Who's it gonna be?
Abydos! Hey! All right. Oh, we got to do the end one first. Okay. Mm-hmm. So before we get to the center, a dangerous anomaly holds a way for someone to avoid their phobia. Whose phobia, and how does this anomaly help you avoid it? Why is the anomaly's life-threatening danger still better than your phobia?
So yours is a lack of...
Mine is the wrong plan.
The wrong plan, and yours is...
Ruining myself.
Ruining yourself. It's not.
So I see the center is like an extremely damaged area, just crackling with blue lightning around it. And it's getting difficult for me to move on my squat legs with my metal digesting belly. But While I don't have a gun anymore and there's no way for me to finish the mission, I could lure you into the blue lightning, eliminating you, and then they will send the evac for me. And I'm going to be okay. And definitely 3 feet taller than I am now. So, yes, I'm like, Father, this way. The crackling alley there.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
It looks exactly as I imagined it all those years ago. Yeah. So like I feel like we're taking positive steps here. And speaking of steps, I tried to lock step with you, but it's not so easy to walk with you.
Oh, it's for me.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I mean, I didn't know if you were giving it to me or for you.
Yeah, you could take it or give it to him. Yeah.
It's his death.
No,
I decide when I die.
Yeah.
So are you not so easing yourself?
No, well, I mean, okay, yeah, with me, sure. All right, so, but no, I can't lock step with them because the zone mutates me in a way that triggers my obsession, which is that it's not my body, damn it. Let's see here. So a supernaturally beautiful flower face finally escapes the confines of the head, and it shreds through my clothes. I become, tastefully nude, but like an obvious plant person. And I am resembling more and more the enormous crucified plant lady we saw at the residential area. And I look down at my body and once again, those old feelings of like, I've desecrated the human vessel. I'm no longer in our Holy Father's vision. I fall to my knees, and much like Tom had started doing, I feel like, the roots like digging deep down into this corroded, radiated place.
I'm so terrified by that. I stumble away in horror towards the blue
center.
Lightning that I wish to avoid. And it definitely grounds itself on all the metal that I've consumed in my weird horror stomach. And I just get flash fried right there.
So,
Dead.
yeah. So only the chaplain is left, right, to meet the center.
You're at the center.
Oh boy,
Read the center card.
Okay.
You
The
can bring
final
that.
survivor has made it to the legendary center of the zone. Follow these instructions instead of pulling a scene card. First, collaboratively define the center. I will pick one of these. Let's see here. I will describe the center as sublime, seductive, and light.
Okay.
Okay.
And so collaboratively. So I guess we'll just take swings. I'll just take describing it.
It's a cathedral made of living wood and carved by ants that are like getting away the pieces that are not symmetrically perfect. The wind, there are openings in the wall, and the wind sings through it. And the wood is sculpted in such a way that it sounds like a chorus.
Wow.
So yeah,
It's covered in gargoyles. The cathedral's door framed by 2 plague doctors outlined in wood. Yeah.
And Tom.
Any details for the center, for this cathedral of wood and light?
Oh yeah, no, it's it looks like like from the ceiling, it's like there are structures that actually are looking like more like upside down termite mounds coming down from the ceiling
Oh yeah,
with but it's all lit up, but it's like bioluminescent ants are like crawling around them, creating light.
Ooh, I like the bioluminescent angle. All right.
I understand immediately. Okay, let's see. The final survivor can now ask the zone to grant their deepest wish. What happens next is up to the players who now represent the zone. Give the in-game 1 card to the survivor. Then give the in-game 2 through 4 cards to the zone player with the most not-so-easy cards.
That's
or
probably you.
who met their fate first if there's a tie.
I have 5.
You have 5.
I have 4.
4. All right.
I have 5 as well.
All right.
Who met it first?
You met first.
You did, so it's you.
All right.
Ross
Yeah.
is the man now.
I pick one of these or all of them?
Oh, they're leveled 2 through 4. Yeah.
You are now the ultimate judge of the survivor's wish. Follow the instructions on the in-game cards in order to find out what happens. Start of the in-game. So, in-game card number 1, the wish. I came into the zone with an obsession. Number 1, narrate a short flashback about the origin of this obsession. Does it still motivate you? And 2, think about what you want most from the zone and state your wish.
So my flashback is to when I was much younger, and I was very much up the church. I was very much embedded in the church and all the picadillos that does to a growing young man, particularly when it comes to dating. And I remember, it was a young woman fancied me, and she had basically bit my ear without asking. She came on very strong that way, and it just, I was trained to, to revile the body. That sex was just like, forbidden, like all that other stuff. So when this woman flirts too hard with me, it makes me so disgusted with my body that like I said, I reinforce the concept of, I have a divine human form and it must remain perfect. And obviously my human form has been radically changed since we started this game. So like, it still motivates. So I'm motivated to try to get back to my human form. And that's going to tie in nicely with my obsession, which is to live forever. I am deeply afraid of dying. And I understand at once that nature is eternal. And that, so it's a push-pull here. I'm losing my divinity, but I'm gaining the long life, the eternal life that I so clearly thirst for. I thought I would find it through religion, but now I understand that to live forever, you have to become part of the earth. Mm-hmm. And so I stake to the zone. I fight through, and I go for my obsession. I say I wish to live forever. I wish to live beyond the end days of this earth. I wish to live throughout space. Maybe my consciousness will guide far after the earth has been exploded, the sun has expanded, white dwarfed, all that shit. I want to be eternal, so I can find a way to come back to my divine human form.
Yeah, a modest wish.
Yeah. Once the final survivor has made their wish, say that might not be quite so easy. Your not so easy cards are now the judgment deck. You'll choose one to determine the outcome of the wish. Ask each zone player to make a suggestion by giving you one of their not so easy cards and describing a different possibility for the outcome. If you don't have any, obviously you do not influence the outcome. Your consciousness is too far gone. So, Caleb, if you want to start.
So I give you one of my cards?
Yeah, not so easy cards. And describing a different possibility for the outcome.
I'm going to do a no, and the zone mutates you in a way that triggers your phobia. So whatever's living forever is very far away from human.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tom.
Okay, I'm going to do no, but the zone mutates you in a way that's clearly intended to help you, but doesn't quite go far enough.
Okay.
So it's you get your wish, but not quite as much as you thought you got it.
And what would that be? Describe it. Describing a different possibility
like
for that
a new
outcome.
giant plant man is coming, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
We were in last giant plant lady.
Ooh! I turn into a giant tardigrade.
With flowers at your face?
Yeah.
The most beautiful tardigrade you ever saw.
So,
It becomes like a genius look.
all right. Once I've heard of the suggestions, deliver the judgment. I will choose the yes, but not quite. So what happens is you start changing. You finish your metamorphosis into and you become the plant Adam, to the Eve that you met earlier, who is regenerated, who has already been reborn. And you no longer have to worry about your sins of the flesh, because now you reproduce as plants do.
There is no flesh.
There is flesh, but it's plant flesh. And it is delivered by ants. The pollen is transferred by ants and other insects. And as you grow, your consciousness stays with you and it slows down. So you experience a very long life, and and as the plant people reproduce across the earth. But you're not transcending the planet. Perhaps some of some seeds will cross the cosmic void, but they will be your progeny, not you. But you will stay on this earth and live with the rest of it. So you live for thousands of years, millions of years. You lose track of it, but eventually the sun changes. You no longer get you no longer can photosynthesize, and you die out. But long exceeding
like billions of years from now.
Well, or maybe
Who
millions.
knows?
Yeah. But you live longer than any human has. And that is, let's see, incorporate details from other players if you want. Ask the final survivor to deliver a final epilogue about life after the wish. These will be the final words of the game. Take us home.
Okay, let me see here. Divinity is at once easy and difficult to define.
There is there's obviously, a dictionary definition. And then there's, I think we all perceive divinity differently, as much as we do in our hobbies, in our private lives, our relationships with people. I think we all have a concept of what divinity is, but there's no capital D divinity. And in my hubris to finalize that answer, it has brought me to this point. And I think in a fit of desperation, I gave out the wish, to live forever. And, as usual, I didn't understand what the consequences might be in that moment. But I was the answer. I know now, millions of years in the future, the answer doesn't matter. It can't matter, especially if there's no human beings around to talk about it. So
It's a very lonely life.
yeah.
There's Mance.
There's Mance.
There's Mance.
Gotta love the Mance.
Yeah. And the quest for divinity can ruin you.
Yeah.
I think at the end,
right.
be like ants.
And that's the Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a super fun game.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine this could go a lot of different ways.
There's a book of like different settings. There's other decks of cards we didn't use for locations. Some of the settings are wild. Like one of them is like a porn suit that goes Carcosa,
Ooh.
which sounds real crazy, but it's pretty neat.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Any final thoughts, Tom?
Delightful.
Delightful.
Oh, yes, I like improv. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice pick up and play RPG.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, we'll have to play
Too
it.
much prep. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thank you all so much, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. See if I can